So the great part about Heather Grand is with it being so close and not being an overnight trip, and being late enough, we can actually get our full team out. We're gonna race across the varsity eights and the novice eights, 6/8 this weekend, which I think last time we did this in 2018, we were like really excited because we had 5/8s, and now we're a full 8 more after COVID and after all the stuff that has gone on. Like, to see even more growth is huge. But I mean, we're really starting Michigan State first, us second. Like, we want to go and put them behind us. We had a really close race on Ford Lake last spring, 3 seconds, and at least I think we're fast this year. We can't control how fast they go, but I think we're gonna put down a pretty good time. 2 years ago, we beat them in the 4, so our top 4 was better than their top 4. Ironically, she'll deny it, but I'm pretty sure our new coach, Annie, was in one of those 4s at that time a while ago. So she's not super, she's denying that she was in it, but I know who was racing that day. It's one thing to like win a 4 and have 4 good people. It's another thing to like start winning the 8 and having the depth and being able to show off the depth. So obviously finishing the top 3, like that's good, but you know, the real push here is to win. Like, we're past the we want to finish close phase of our time, and now it's the let's go out and win. Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that we go in still with a little bit of an underdog mentality and go into not just, oh well, we raced really well against Wisconsin, who was faster than Michigan State last year, and like, you know, split some pieces with them. Going into like, we need to make this happen right away in that first 1,000 and then extend from there. That's really what I want to see happen. Well, it's Michigan in the fall, so every year we've gone to the Grand, it's been different because rain or wind or a combination of both. Saturday looks like it might be a combination of both. We bumped the schedule up an hour earlier, did some restructuring of it to make sure the 8s go off first, and then the wind's gonna get progressively worse as the day goes on, which actually should be pretty nice at 8 a.m. for the first race. But with the Grand, rowing on a river, you have a more flow rate, so you kind of have to adjust a little bit of how you get through the water. Maybe you change your rig a little bit so that it feels the same in a flow rate as it does on dead water at home. So there are just a couple adjustment things we have to do. Basically, an oar is a giant lever, and we just have to make sure the lever is the right length and the fulcrum's in the right place in order to get the outcome we're looking for and make it feel, really the goal is to feel the same as home, so that it's just practice even though the conditions are different. Like, I'm motivated to go win. They, I think, might be even more, because, you know, it's their chance to show who they are, not just who they were as athletes, but show who they are as coaches now. And particularly with this being the novices' first race, I think they're gonna try and make sure they show up really well. They've been doing a lot of work getting them, I mean, because the walk-on process is so arduous, not just for the athletes, but for the coaches and the training staff and the compliance staff trying to get people cleared, because none of these athletes were gonna start rowing in college. This is all new. So, you know, from September to now, Annie and Nicole have taught the 3/8s how to row. They got to learn how to race. They got to have the coxswains understand how to steer. I mean, it's, when you look at what happens in a month and a half, like, the process is crazy, but they're going to be out racing on, 6 weeks into trying a sport. So it's absolutely one of the best unique parts about rowing is that you can pick it up in college.